We've recently seen the conclusion of the BRICS summit held in Johannesburg this year, and it was quite an eventful summit for BRICS as an organization, because it saw BRICS almost double in size, with a number of new members added, 2 from Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia. You've got Saudi Arabia and Iran from the Middle East. You've got Argentina and the UAE also from the Middle East. For South Africa as hosts, it was a significant challenge, but an accomplishment to pull off. It was successfully undertaken in a number of cities. There were tours, there were site visits, there were presentations in a number of provinces. And as host, South Africa politically then led the discussions and was able to introduce some topics of its own into the discussions. And as AGBIS, we were privileged to have one of our own, the Chief Economist, Mandile Setlobo, as the head of the Agribusiness Working Group. This was a working group comprised of the agribusiness sectors from each of the 5 core existing BRICS member states. So you've got South African agribusiness, Chinese agribusiness, Indian, etc. Each of us came together and put together a set of policy options on the table, and then combined those into a single request that went through to the BRICS Business Council, which is made up of business chapters from all the countries. And that was then approved, that list, and that list then went to our political principals, to the ministers, the agriculture ministers that met, and then overall with the trade ministers as well. In the end, the agricultural sector outcomes were very positive. A number of decisions were reached, and now we'll go into the technical implementation realm. Basically looking at agricultural finance, looking at availability of fertilizers within the BRICS members, and also particularly within Africa as well. Then looking at best practice, looking at the issue of phytosanitary barriers to trade and other minimum residue levels that occur, which are often called MRLs, which can be barriers to trade. In terms of agricultural trade, South Africa has an enormous amount to gain from the BRICS grouping becoming more trade focused. For example, we export just under $1 billion with agricultural trade to the core BRICS group, the existing BRICS group, and at the same time that group imports over $200 billion of agricultural products. So you can see the scope for expansion is enormous, and that's before the BRICS even expanded. Under the enhanced or larger grouping, the key markets for South Africa will be Saudi Arabia, Iran, and United Arab Emirates. And then within the core group itself, we see that already we've gained access through the summit for avocados into China. That's been a long sought after goal. It's taken almost a decade. So in that respect, one of our proposals that went through is something we hope will really make a difference, and that is AGBIS put through into the working group, which then put through to the political level, which was accepted, that instead of looking at applications for market access for agricultural products one by one, which can take up to a decade, why not do them in concurrently, say 2, 3, 4 at a time between the BRICS members. That was positively received, and we're looking forward to technical implementation next year. That could cut market access down from a decade to, for example, to say 2 or 3 years. And we're hoping that next year we'll see an institutionalization of BRICS with the new members that will give us greater speed in terms of these measures.